That's right. The show has begun, and I'm all alone. There's no one here beside me. My troubles are all gone. There's no one to derive me. But you gotta have friends, whenever the hell the rest of that song goes. And everybody knows this is how this flow goes. Flow goes, yo ho ho's in the flow of the blows. Boom, 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 boom. All right, let's get this. Let's get it all shared across all the platforms before I can't even. Why am I so slow? I would like to apologize to all the people who have ever been tuning into this show for my lack of awareness and lack of speed, for my internet is slower than dial-up sometimes. Oh my god. Dun, dun, dun. I'm just waiting for a load. I'm waiting for a load. Oh. So that's right, if you people can hear this, then you just gotta like this. Oh, there we go. Now I can actually share it. Boom, boom. Damn, bam. Bam, bam, bam. All right, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to the Week 8 update of No Sports Dynasty. How we doing? How are ya? I'm alone again. No Alex Loosemore today. He has left me again. My co-host, man, he's gone. He's got to do some moving in. His brother, I guess, is moving in today. That means we're going to have 2 Loosemores possibly on the show. We're going to try and get that little son of a gun up on the show sometimes. He might pop in here, though, and say hi a couple of times. So if you want to see Alex Loosemore, at least pop into the comments. Tag Alex Loosemore. Also put, say, hashtag Go Green in the comments. I need a hashtag Go Green from everybody. And I also need something from you, ladies and gentlemen. Like, share, follow this show right here. Because today, not only are we going to do a Week 8 update, but I got a guest that I'm going to get on here in about 2 minutes. This is one of the people that are in the North Sports Dynasty League. This is also a gentleman that I have went to school with since basically grade, I don't know. When did I actually get to that school? I got suspended and expelled from a lot of schools before I got to that one. And I was still only like JK, guys. That's bad. I was a troubled child. Now that makes sense for my daughter here. No, I'm just kidding. My daughter isn't troubled. She just has red hair. Just like me. The Bearded Wonder, Reds Rant, everything that you guys love here on North Sports Dynasty. And also, you can find me here on Against the Spread on Bucks Report. That's right. Where I got a 35-22 record. Not bad. 61%. I don't mind it. I want it to be better. I don't like to flex, and I'm not going to flex. I need that record to be better. It's just the way it is. Also, got to check out Bucks Report tomorrow, Halloween edition, for the spanking of the Saints. Fuck, the Aints week continues because the line is moved to -4.5. They actually think the Saints are going to make this a close game. Ha! The dumbest thing I've ever heard. You can bet everything almost. Every little last dollar of extra money that you have right now, please put it on the Bucks this weekend at -4.5. I'll get those lines that I got for you here in just a second. My locks of the week are down below. Tampa Bay at New Orleans. Tampa Bay -5. Pittsburgh and Cleveland. Pittsburgh +3.5. Jacksonville and Seattle. Yes, I'm taking the Jags at +3.5. And also Dallas and Minnesota. I got it at -3.5. That should say -105. I'll change that here in a bit. But those are the lines that I got them when it is. You can actually get Dallas at +3 literally right now. Though the news has changed on Dak Prescott, he is going to play it. So, or more than likely, it's a game time decision. So if he actually does play, you know what that means? The +3 is more than likely going to get covered. So you're welcome. Go check it out. My lines come from bodog.ca. You can check out all different lines across all different betting platforms because you don't want to subject yourself to just one. All right. Now, let's get in. My guest today, this is a guy, like I said, I went to school with since God knows how long ago. I hate my camera sometimes. Yeah, get my palm. Get my hairy palms. It'll probably phase out again. But this is a guy I went to school with since basically I was a wee little lad. We used to kick soccer balls that, oh man, they should be illegal, some of these balls. I'm pretty sure if we climbed up on top of St. Jude's, we'd be able to find a crap ton of them right now. A Denver Bronco fan also today, ladies and gentlemen, joining us. No hate. You know what we do here on No Sports Dynasty. There's only one team we absolutely hate here on No Sports Dynasty, and that's the Lions. No, I'm just kidding. That's just a shot at Alex Loosemore not being here. So without any further ado, let's bring in our guest today, Mr. Rob Ewing. How are we doing today, my friend?
I am doing great. How are you?
Good, buddy. Good. Thank you for being on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, and thank you for some of the trades that we've made over the season.
Very much so. They've helped me a lot.
They've helped you a lot. They've helped also me a lot to get to where I'm at least at now. Because, man, I don't think I'm ever just going to try and trade for a super team again. That was the dumbest thing I've ever done. So, basically, yeah, like I said, we went to school since we were young.
Yes.
I'm just thinking about it now. The way we used to play soccer against the one actual part of the wall and then the actual fencing and stuff like that.
Oh, I know.
Absolute madness.
It's bad. It's bad because it doesn't even have that wall anymore. They put a new addition to that.
That's right. And yeah, so that's, yeah. And then, that backside where we always did track and field where we just had that little long jump pit and stuff like that. And they wouldn't let us hang out around there, which is understandable now that we look at it. We're like, why can't we hang around on the dark side of the building? Oh, it's a very dangerous city. And so I have joked about this a few times on many different shows that I've been a Buccaneers fan since I was basically in grade 5. When I was in grade 5, I basically started meeting Robert Ewing, as we have here. Other people say, like, Mike Sobquich. Who else was that? Emil Zemetro. Marco Capelli. I'm just trying to think of all the football guys in that.
Nathan Benvenuto.
Thank you, Nathan Benvenuto. Shout out to him.
Another Bucs fan. He's a Bucs fan.
No way.
Yeah.
Nathan Benvenuto turned out to be a Bucs fan?
Yeah, he's been a Bucs fan for a while.
I didn't know that. See, Nathan, come on, man. I got to talk to Nathan. I got to get Nathan on the show one of these days. You still talk to him?
Nope.
No? Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm going to possibly message him one day and be like, we talked about you on the show quick there. So, Nathan, if you do end up getting to see this, shout out to you. But, in grade 5, that's when I started to finally get into football. I had delved into the hockey. I was big into baseball at that time as well. Big Cardinals fan. If I'm not mistaken, you are a Mariners fan? That's right. I love that. Just turns the hat around and flexes like Mariners. And yeah, I remember that in the group chat there too. You and one other guy are Mariner fans there as well.
Yeah.
And I remember our teacher, Mr. Angus, talking about his love for, I believe it was the Eagles, because I know
he's a Lions fan.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I just saw him not too long ago too.
Okay, because I remember him being a Flyers fan, so I just assumed he would have been Eagles fan. I remember seeing that damn Flyers logo all the time. Yeah. So, the hockey thing I kind of blended in with, but then when you guys started talking about football, I'm like, what is this sport that you guys speak of? And, I ended up going home and I turned on the TV, and first damn game I see, I think, was the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Oakland Raiders in a regular season game. And I'm like, oh, this is a fun flipping sport. I kind of like this. And then, of course, the next game I saw after that was the Tampa Bay Buccaneers again. So then I go to school and I'm like, I'm a Bucs fan. And I get a laugh from every single one of you. And it was like, what? What? No, I'm a Bucs fan. And I had to wait a year till we were in grade 6 for them to win. And then by that point, we're all going to a different school, so it doesn't even matter. So,
and we end up going to the same school anyways.
Exactly. And then we got split up into like how many different classes.
Yeah.
I miss that was Sacred Heart, right?
Yeah, it was.
Oh, good old Sacred Heart. Oh,
still man. Sacred Heart to me. It's a different school name, but it's still Sacred Heart.
Yeah, same location. I did like Pope John Paul Senior Elementary School. Like, get the hell out of here. It's Sacred Heart. Marco
Home of the
Capelli.
Sharks.
Yeah, Marco Capelli was still the shark. I got our damn school logo on my damn forearm, okay? Oh, shout out to Sacred. That was, man, the football games now. I just remembered those. The football games we used to have in grades 7 and 8 on that field.
Oh, I know.
And how the teachers would get pissed off at us when we'd be throwing the deep balls and there'd just be these little groups of people hanging out in the field. We got to bust through them to get these balls.
Typical 7 and 8ers doing their clicks. And...
Oh my gosh. Yeah, just everywhere. Like you can see it and we would just like, we're going to be right here playing. So if everybody could just move over and they're like, no. And it'd be like, well, if the fact that you said no means Jacob Piscopo is just going to toss an absolute like weapon your way. And so, oh man, those were the good old days. I still never will forget though. I don't know if you were in my gym class in grade 9, but you probably heard it though.
I was in your gym class in grade 9.
Okay.
Because you and me always played goalie and floor hockey.
That's right. I remember that because, yeah, you were actually good. And then I would just very, very limited and kind of maybe once every time, like gym class, I'd get one cool save. And then every other time I'd be like half the whole entire time. I tried though. But like your team always had like hockey players. And I got just like people standing there like this, like, pass me the ball. It's like, no. When we were playing football in grade 9, I remember, I think it was Evan Wilson. We're just giving shout outs to all these guys we went to school with. It's probably Nigel Romick. Let's give him a shout out too. Ryan,
go Red Blacks.
Go Red Blacks. I remember someone tossed me a lob in the end zone, and I was like, no one's around me either. And why I jumped out is still the stupidest thing. I remember being so cocky and being like, thank you. Go to Ken. And I just falls and I'm like, oh no. The whole class is laughing. I'm like, oh man, I really screwed that up. But made up for it in actual football. Which
but you're a lineman in football, weren't you?
Yeah, defensive lineman. And then they put me on every special teams that you could think of. So I was the kicker for a little bit too. I remember that was, I do remember getting one field goal when we were in grade 11. I kicked almost every extra point from grade 10 and 11, except doming that dude in the head one time. and I've said this before too, when we had the 10-year anniversary and then everybody was in the bathroom for like half an hour all hammered talking about the good old days there of football.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember saying like, listen, I know I caused this one game because I didn't hit the extra point and it screwed up the whole game plan. And that's on me and I apologize. And then I think it was Jimmy Ward. It's like, yeah, you made up for it by just doming that one fucking dude. You literally just kicked the ball right at his face.
Well, I remember I led the team in interceptions the one year, grade 10 year. Led the team in interceptions.
Man. Okay, so now I actually have someone I played football with here. Now this is where I actually wish Loosemore was here as well, because I've even said that our best year was grade 10 by far.
Yep.
Grade 12, we were close. Grade 13, okay, whatever. We were still just a great team. It's just Westgate and Hammersholt had our fucking number almost every playoff game.
Same with Churchill. Churchill was the one year too.
Oh, yeah. Well, I was going to say Gronkowski. Grochowski.
Yeah, Grochowski.
I caught him. I remember the game. I caught him in the open field and he fumbled the ball, and then I grabbed the ball and I ran for a bit, and then someone hit me and that ball fumbled out, and then he ended up getting it again, and I ran out, and then we were just exhausted.
It's almost like the replacements.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, so since we played football, the two things I've always brought up to like the people on the shows here, I talk about the Blizzard game against Hammersholt. That was a fun flipping game. Like, we literally get off the bus. There's no snow on the ground whatsoever. Zawaki goes and pukes. And then all of a sudden, the big fat flipping snowflake comes down. And you're like, oh, I wonder how long this is going to take. And then like 5 minutes before the game even starts, you start seeing a little bit of the snow. And then by the end of the first quarter, you can't see 3 feet in front of you. It's like, yes.
And then the snow was gone the next day.
Yeah. Oh, Ontario weather. But I also remember Hammarskjöld's only point was because they kicked a field goal in that damn game too. And I'm like, you crazy sons of bitches. And the referees, I still to this day do not think that ball actually went through the uprights. I think the referees looked at each other and said,
it probably did. I don't know.
yeah. And you know Ignace, right? Dylan Ignace. Yeah, so he was playing on Hammarskjöld's side. And he's like, I don't think it went in. I think it kind of hit the bar and went out, and they just were like,
they probably got snowflake in their eye.
We couldn't see a damn thing, man. Or of course the infamous game, like where my cousin was there and we came back from Hillcrest there.
Yeah.
20-0 at half. Zawacki with just like the whole team literally of Hillcrest like on his back, and he just breaks out and runs it for the TD.
And then all people to win the game for a block punt was Braden
freaking Cameron. And okay, so me, Dustin Holtz, and James Gregory all got, and I think Biscardi too, all got through the line. But I remember my like left pinky at least got a little bit of the ball or the kicker's foot. But it was James Gregory got most of that thing, and we were all like, "Where the fuck is the ball? Where's the ball?" And
you see Braden just running.
We're like, why are you going there? Oh, he's got the ball.
Well, it was funny because I was set for Means of Walker waiting for the return, and we don't see the ball in the air. We looked at each other, and all of a sudden you see little Braden running.
And then who kicks the field goal to get the game up by 1? This guy. I was like, yeah.
And then I had the interception to end it.
That's right. Because they had a chance there too.
Yeah, they did.
Because I remember stuffing them there at one point. Me and Dustin Holtz, I think it was. Maybe it was Biscardi. Because I know Biscardi and me in grade 10 were just animals, man. Oh, and Stika off the edge was something fierce, man. Though he still got screwed. Stika still caught it in the end zone. I don't care what anyone says. Stika still caught it in the end zone. I think that was grade 12 championship game or whatever. But Stika still caught it in the end zone. I don't care what anyone says. That was absolute disgraceful. Jimmy Ward, shout out to him, said it best at the grade 10 reunion. We all should have a ring on our fingers right now.
Yeah, we should.
We all should have had a ring on our fingers. Yeah. But you know what? The best, like, rootinest, tootinest, rough, tough, like, stupidest, like, what were we, like, 22 kids in, like, grade 10, too. Like, we had to fill every spot with 22 kids, and we still almost.
We had, I think at the start of the first practice, we had 70-something kids. By the first game, we had 25 kids or something like that.
Yep.
Or 30 kids.
And your brother was injured because your brother was probably going to be quarterback or something like that.
No, Matt Madge was always going to be the quarterback, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Neil, I think, was going to be a fullback or something like that.
That's right. Yeah, because Zawacki, I mean, they were just going to run freaking dive to Zawacki. Like, all right, pull the guard, pull the tackle, let Zawacki go. Yeah. Let him get 4 yards, do it again.
Pretty much.
And then do it again. And we're going to do that again. And then we're going to do Stika on a sweep, screw with them for 20 yards, and then do it again.
Yep. Don't pass the ball. No worry about passing it.
No, Matt Madge did not. Though the one time I remember in the championship game when we were playing Hammarskjöld, and Matt Madge just passed it. It was beautiful. And he passed it to Huskinson or whatever. And or no, that was in grade 9. Sorry, that was in grade 9 because we were in the championship game in grade 9. And yeah, we definitely lost that one. We had no business being there in grade 9 for sure. Grade 10 though, like, oh man.
We should have been there. We didn't even make it.
Nope. Shout out to Jake Piscopo Jake DePaulo as well, and Piscopo, my cousin, but DePaulo as well because I know he was a major contributing factor to that team as well.
Very much, yeah.
Very much so. But yeah, that squad, I want nothing more because when me and Kim get married, I'm coming home for at least a week. Like I want to do my bachelor party in Thunder Bay. I know how dumb that sounds, but like I want to have my bachelor party in Thunder Bay so I can actually get some of the other people. And you know me, I've always had the football games at Windmill Pool and all that. I actually want to be able to rent out Delaney Field or something like that for the day and just bring in everybody with cleats and just play like an actual full game.
Could be a possibility. You could even get the hangar if you wanted to, maybe.
Does the hangar still exist?
Yeah, the hangar still exists.
Oh, that damn thing.
And then you got to check out Centerfolds again.
Oh, man, listen. Centerfolds and their marketing on the internet. And to anyone who doesn't understand, Centerfolds is the strip bar in Thunder Bay, and they are funny. Their social media platform or page or what it is the funniest thing ever, because they got Kelsey's, the restaurant across the street, and they chirp them all day. And the best one I've seen to date was the graduation. Congratulations to the class of 2021. Because it's like, open resume session begins tomorrow or something like that. It was just like one of those, and I'm like, you guys are so savage and you don't care, and this is the reason that I will be going to your
establishment. The funny thing is, you haven't seen their new ones yet. One of them they had the best tacos in town.
Oh my god. Yes, absolutely.
Another one says you got to stop doing cocaine on the bathroom stalls.
Right? Oh my god. Oh I love that place.
It's a great place.
I gotta tell this story because I see Johnny's comment right here. Johnny is a longtime listener. You probably know that as well.
Yeah.
Says, Andrew, if you didn't share the show to all your friends, you certainly missed a huge opportunity. Some of the people that we're talking to, I actually don't have on Facebook. Like at the reunion, we tried to actually get Mike Sobkowicz to come over and join a conversation with us, and he was talking to all the popular guys. We're like, "Oh, Mike, don't do that. Come on." But I don't know if Nigel doesn't use Facebook or if I just had the wrong one or however Facebook, but I sent him a message years ago congratulating him. Never heard back, which is listen, we weren't friends, so I'm not going to hear anything. But also this show isn't big enough to have Nigel on it just yet. I need more people to be on this show in order for Nigel to start coming on. Though in the off season, I am going to try and be like, hey man, you should go play for the Elks. And I'll get you on every weekend, man. But so let's talk here. What was it before that there? Damn it. Because Johnny's comment there. If you didn't share this to friends, you missed a huge opportunity. And I totally lost my train of thought. I had a transition I wanted to go there. No, I lost it. Whatever. It'll come back to me. The high school reunion that we had, honestly, man, it was one of the best times ever.
That was awesome.
Did you come with us to the?
I went to Brock Pirates, so it's there.
That's right. Okay, I was sorry. I was way too drunk, man.
I was pretty wasted too. Don't worry.
Okay, I know. Okay, so there was you. There was Cody Long. A couple other guys. There, Cat Glad, Jenna Dowdy. That was a nice group, man. That was such a nice night.
Oh, yeah.
I missed that. And like I said, I gotta get that. I gotta get that football game going on there because that was just so much fun.
Oh, that would be fun.
And yeah, again, shout out to all the guys we played high school ball with. I know Braden Cameron went out to play ball, I think at Laval.
York.
Okay. Daniel Schreier, I know he tunes in from time to time. Shout out to him. He's another Broncos fan as well.
Yep.
And also shout out. There's a couple people who are gonna be like, I played on that fucking team too, dude. Like, what the hell?
Mosier. Can't forget Mosier. Your other junior buddy.
Man, that was our center. That's right. That's right. I totally forgot about Mosier. How the fuck, man? Mosier was good. They kept him off the D line because he was so good at center. They're like, we're not risking injury to this son of a bitch.
Exactly. He was the greatest center I've ever seen.
By far, dude. By far. What does he do now? Do you know?
I don't know. I haven't talked to him in a while.
Man, okay, yeah. I am literally gonna reach out. Oh, my kids are just dropping crap. I'm gonna reach out one of these days in the off season to all the people we played on that grade 10 school, on that grade 10 football game with, or the football team with, and we're gonna get a nice little interview with all of them. That's gonna be great. Johnny also said, "Sorry, don't worry, buddy. I'm a stoner. You know how it is. It's right here, buddy." It's legal in my country, huh? Broncos need a QB and have to reload on defense soon. Ooh.
Very much.
Let's talk about Denver here before we get into some of these picks there. So I have said, and I said at the beginning of the season, I actually have money right now on the Denver Broncos winning the AFC Championship and winning the Super Bowl, just a little bit, like $2 each, because it would still win me a little bit. But But the reason is when the Aaron Rodgers talk was going on, that Denver situation just seemed beautiful.
It's still happening. I'm still seeing things that Denver is looking at getting them still. And they're going to trade everything they can, apparently.
Which makes sense because Miami and Carolina seem to be in that little heated battle for Deshaun Watson now.
Yep.
And Denver's like, if I don't even sniff my nose into there and I make it known that this is all for Aaron Rodgers type thing, that could be a dangerous situation. So let's talk about your team for a second. Three main key points about your team that I want to get into. Your wide receiver core, your offensive line, and the way that Johnny did put here, the reloading of the defense. Let's start with your receivers first.
Okay.
Why does everyone hate Jerry Jeudy?
Because he can't catch the ball. He's an injury-prone catch the ball. That's why.
Okay, but is it the quarterback?
I think he's just still getting used to running routes properly because in Alabama, all he did was run a fly route the whole time because he is fast. He's very fast.
Yeah, he is.
And I don't think he can run routes properly yet.
Okay.
And I basically could see it. And his timing with Bridgewater before he got hurt was actually really good.
Mm-hmm. And that's the reason I tried to grab him in fantasy as well. Because I still have a high upside for him. I like him almost as much as like Mike Williams. Mike Williams was looked at this way as well at the beginning of his career.
Yeah.
Like, he's Keenan Allen. I'm not saying Cortland Sutton is like a Mike Evans or a Keenan Allen, but he's getting there.
Cortland Sutton's got the hands. He's big and he's got hands. He started to remind me of a Dez Bryant.
Ooh.
He's getting there.
Ooh. As long as he doesn't start doing that stupid crap that Dez Bryant did.
Oh, no, he's quiet. That's the thing. He's a quiet guy. He's built to play.
Okay. And then you got Hamler, Patrick, and another guy down there in your receiving core there.
Spencer, yes.
Spencer.
Yeah.
So are they just strictly slot guys or are they like?
Well, Hamler's out for the season. He tore his ACL. Patrick's their 3 right now. And I guarantee he won't be there next year.
Okay.
And Spencer's their kick returner.
Okay. So you don't think Tim Patrick's coming back, eh?
I wish he will. I want him to. But he's on his contract year, and he probably won't stay.
It might be the same situation the Buccaneers had a couple of years ago with Adam Humphries. It's like, listen, we would love to keep you, but not for the $10 million plus that you're about to ask for.
Well, he's going to get probably $7 million a year. He's a clear number 2. You can see he's a clear number 2.
Well, then he might even get 10 plus too. Then if he gets the open market,
and I know Baltimore's looking at him heavily. They've already tried looking at him. They've already tried trading for him. See, this is going to Baltimore.
Oh man, and because if Watkins is gone for the year, and they got healthy Bateman, healthy Dobbins, and they bring everybody back, like the team right now is damaged, but they're not that bad. So
exactly.
Okay, so your offensive line is actually not that bad.
No, it's not. It's better than last year.
Yeah.
Still not great, but better than last year.
And it's mid-pack. It's what me and Alex have talked about before with the Buccaneers and the Lions, where the Lions used to be kind of like that mid-pack, and then they gained Penei Sewell, Ragnow, and everybody started kind of coming into their own, and they are now like probably one of the top 10, I would say arguably top 10 offensive lines in the league. I would say you're top 15, top 20 for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Do you think that would be enough to like persuade someone like Aaron Rodgers to come over? Like, is that an offensive line that's going to be able to stop whatever's in your division, like the Chargers or the Raiders?
I would probably have to add another guy to that offense line to be like, okay, Aaron, we can get you now. We're all in for you. Let's go. Like you got your wide receivers. You got your running back. You just need another guy at lineman, and I think he'd be all set to go there.
I got one Dynasty League right now where I got people offering me like first-round picks and players for Javonte Williams right now because it's starting to get to the end of the year, and they all know that Melvin Gordon's probably going to be gone to save a little bit of cap next year.
Oh, 100%. That's why I didn't like Freeman getting cut because Freeman would have been a great number 2 after Williams.
They might also go into the draft as well and just say, screw it, let's just get a couple of young guys and call it a day.
That's the thing. They draft running backs like nothing, like Tic Tacs.
Philip Lindsay was your guys' undrafted free agent, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and now all of a sudden he's got the leading job on the Texans, for crying out loud.
But they draft running backs like it's their day job. Like they know how to draft running backs.
Yeah, I think that organization's always done a great job doing that. So I think you'll be fine. You'll probably get another second or third round running back that'll go right behind Javonte.
Oh, 100%.
But I ain't giving up Javonte in that one league. So excuse me, the one person that in the COVID league anyway that keeps asking for Javonte, I can't give him up, man. I can't give him up. I'm sorry.
We all know it's not happening. Like this guy's gonna be your number one pretty soon.
And if someone does go there, they instantly, like if Rodgers goes there, they become an over 500 team.
Oh yeah,
instantly. Do they become an elite team?
Debatable.
It's debatable only because we're about to talk about the defense here. So the defense on the Broncos, the year that you drafted Bradley Chubb, I was like, you got Von Miller and Bradley Chubb. You should just end yourself now. Like if anybody else is in this division. Miller is doing good.
It seems like Miller's back to his old ways.
Yeah. As long as he can keep off the field stuff, off the field and not do what he was doing.
Yeah.
But then, of course, like the drafting of Patrick Surtain, I think was absolutely critical.
That was huge. I was hoping for it. I was waiting for it. I was excited when I saw it. Yep. They needed it. They have Darby. They have Callahan right there. Fuller is right there. Their corners are stacked.
Yeah. I totally forgot that Fuller's there. Roby's there. Man. So once they can get somebody up there, they could probably compete a little bit more with, I forgot about the corners there too. And your safety, you still got Simmons.
They got Stern, who's been looking good now. He's their 6th round pick of last year or this year or whatever he was. And he's looking good.
Johnny Dean says, by the way, thank you for giving us Shaq Barrett.
Oh, my God.
So I was going to kind of save that for last, but I do got to bring it up now. So you got to see Shaq Barrett, obviously, before you came to the Bucs. What did you think of Shaq Barrett before you got him?
I loved him. I wish he would have stayed. He was key part of that Super Bowl 50 team. He was great on the interior line. They needed something like that, and they let him go. They let him walk early.
Yes, they did. What did you draft him at?
I think he was a 5th rounder or 4th rounder or something like that.
Okay. Man. Yeah, when they brought him in here on the 2 or 3 year deal, I was like, oh, cool. Like, we're getting an edge rusher. Like, cool. Like, Jameis Winston's still going to throw this all away. Like, who the hell cares, right? Like, why are we spending money on defense when, like, I know the defense is a problem, but, like, we need more than just spending money at this point. We need draft picks. We need everything. But yeah, his 20.5 sacks, I was just like, what?
Yeah, I think he had 11 or 12 in that Super Bowl 50 team.
Damn. See,
I think he had somewhere around that time.
I didn't realize what we were getting and for like how cheap he was too.
Oh yeah.
Now he's not.
No,
he's not cheap.
He's never coming back to Denver. I know that.
Oh no, he's stuck with Tampa, or he's gonna go get paid somewhere else again, because he'll more than likely, if he keeps up what he's doing with the Bucs, because like the pressure that he and JPP and now Joe Tryon on the Buccaneers can do looks exactly like that interior lineman edge rushing type that you guys had on that Super Bowl 50 team.
Yep.
And so what do you need to replace then on your defense to get there
again? We're going to need another middle linebacker. They're going to be trading away Von Miller probably, they're going to end up probably trading away.
Okay.
They're going to need picks out of that. So they're going to need an edge rusher. Mm-hmm. And they probably need another defensive tackle to really help it out.
Yeah, who is their defensive tackle right now?
Oh, good question.
It's that you see, and that's the thing. We're like, oh shit, what is that again? Yeah. No,
I was gonna say Casey, but he left and he's retired now.
Yep. Yeah, see, okay, that's fair. That's fair. But I mean, and you guys got Patrick Surtain at number 9 last year, if I'm
it's Shelby Harris. That's who they have.
There we go. But Patrick Surtain was the number 9 overall pick, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and I know a lot of people were sitting. A few people were sitting there. I know a few of us were talking in the chat there. If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure that I correctly guessed that Patrick Surtain was going to go to Denver, and I think Alex did too. I think one of us did, but you were in the chat saying not at number 9 you didn't want Javonte Williams, but you have been one of the people that were like, Kenneth Gainwell, Javonte, any of the running backs would be cool if I could get them like later on type thing. But you were a big proponent on being like, no, give me Patrick Surtain in this bitch. That'd be fun.
Yeah, because it was either him or they're going to get Asante Samuel Jr. And I didn't want him at the time. I knew Patrick was going to be the better one. Thinking about me is I watch a lot of college football, a lot. So I watched those big games. I watched Alabama and all those titles. So I knew who Patrick Surtain was, and I knew they were going to need something out of that.
Yeah, because I remember, I know Alex isn't going to like this because I keep bringing up Lions on the show when he's not here, but I think it was Jeff Okudah from Alabama a couple years ago. They took at 4th overall.
Yeah.
I think it's just injury prone and a lack of determination to want to get out there. Like when you play for the Lions, it's kind of hard. You know what I mean? Like as
going from Alabama to the Lions is.
Yeah, like that's not easy. But I think, what you got in Patrick Surtain, because I know he wasn't going to follow the Bucs. I was actually kind of hoping, like, if the Buccaneers were going to go anyway, I was actually thinking Asante Samuel Jr. probably was going to be there maybe at the end at 32 because someone would probably trade up at the end of the second because I knew Elijah Moore.
Yeah.
That's the wide receiver, isn't it?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, and then I'm trying to think of the other, Molden, I think it was. Molden got drafted by one of those guys. I know he was an up-and-coming cornerback in the draft anyway, and I knew he was probably going to get ahead of Samuel. And Samuel went to the Packers or the Chargers?
I think he went to the Chargers. I didn't really see where he went.
Okay, I think he
dropped farther than I thought he was going to drop, too.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing. If I'm not mistaken, the Chargers had the 2 first-round picks, and they got what I thought was the best offensive lineman in the draft the guy from Northwestern there. Why did I just lose his name?
I know who you're talking about. But
yeah. And I know I knew Penny was going to be really, really good. I didn't Alex was talking like this guy's going to be franchise, and he started actually getting me into that. Like, okay, maybe Alex has got a point here, and that's why Alex is now like in the off-season talks when we get into the draft and the draft coverage and stuff. Now that I know that you're a big proponent on college football too, we're going to get you involved a little bit more.
Thank you,
because I like my college football. But of course, like while everything else is going on and the kids, I dedicate my time for the NFL and hockey at this point. CFL has now taken a back door to basically everything. I'd watch Aussie rules football before I'd watch the Elks.
You know what? I haven't watched CFL in such a long time.
I went to a game and it was fun and it was cool because I seen like out of nowhere too. I seen a lot of people that were just around the community, like Fort Sask, some friends of mine. Some people that I had played touch football with in the league. There was a lot of people there, but there was also some fans of the show. Yeah. But like, hey, because I had my Buccaneers gear on. I didn't give a damn. There's some people wearing Saints gear, and I would just flip them off every time. I didn't give a fuck. I've become the person that I said fans shouldn't become, and I don't care. You know what I mean? Like, it's just me and my hatred for the Saints. That's it. At least, like, with the Avalanche, I can accept Avalanche, which is your team, and our rivalry, which we've always enjoyed.
Yeah, it was a great rivalry, too.
Oh, my goodness gracious. That's the reason I became a Red Wings fan was because of that freaking rivalry. Yep. But now I have to kind of enjoy watching your team because we got a little bit of family on the team now in Tyson Jost, and he's doing really good.
Yeah, so, I was really shocked when you guys told me about that. I was really shocked.
You know, and I'm really happy because I went on a post one day and I was like, I'm going to need Tyson Jost rookie cards. Anybody got any like good ones and stuff? And this one person literally messaged me and was just like, looking for Tyson Jost rookie cards. And I'm like, yeah. And just happens to be a person who collected them. He's like, I just figured, like, I pick a person every year kind of thing from a team. And I just decide to collect all their cards, like all their rookies, just in case they end up being really, really good. I'm like, that's actually kind of smart. Like, okay. But he gave me some like high end. They're under that. I should expose that a little bit more one day. But he gave me some high end Tyson Jost rookie cards where I was like, shit. And he's like, yeah. And if you ever can get some stuff signed by him, just let me know. And I'm like, I don't know if I'll ever do that, but like, we'll see what happens. And that's still my dream. And I would love nothing more than to sit Tyson down and just like have like a nice little interview with him.
Wouldn't that be awesome, man?
I would have to go straight up spit and chiclet style. Like, I'd have to speak hockey. And you know me, I never played hockey. Like, I never got the chance to play hockey. So I'd have to be like, hey, bud, so you fucking Yeah, your fucking dangles there with the abs on logo on. It's pretty sick there, eh, bud? The fucking buttes every day. And you'd be like, full beard, don't
even try.
Don't try that. I'd be like, fucking filthy, eh, bud? Eh? Fucking short.
You're Larry to Kenny stuff now?
Yeah. Just like, buddy, I'm from Thunder Bay. Like, literally 3 hours east is where they started filming Letterkenny. Okay, so. And I've actually told people at Bucks Report to go check it out, and they said they check out the first episode. And I'm like, if you enjoy the first episode and you know that you're not going to dive into it, just stop. Just don't ruin it for you at that point. So, Johnny in here says, I like Penne, but Slater is the best lineman out of the class. And that's who it was, Slater. I agree. This is also going to sound weird. I want to see what the Chicago tackle Jenkins does when he's actually not injured. Because I think Fields will be able to actually do a little bit more when he's got that guy in the game. So
I think so too. I feel bad for them. Like, they cried for him to play, and then it's ruining him. It is. I don't know why they forced it that way. He should have sat the year.
To be completely honest with you, I thought in a weird way that they would just fire Nagy already. Because, like, here's the thing. If we get to the bye week that they have and then they fire Nagy and he starts to go off, that literally is everything that I said in I call it like my final prediction of the year. I did it the year before, and I think it was Pittsburgh. Yeah, Pittsburgh and Cleveland played in the final game. Both would be 9-6, and the winner of that game would go to the playoffs and the loser wouldn't, kind of thing. And it didn't happen like that, but that last game of the season ended up being a fucking hell of a game. So I was like, okay, at least I get bonus points, I guess, for that. I said this year, Justin Fields would basically get the start after the bye. Bears would just go off on this like winning spree. And then their last game of the season, they would beat Minnesota and prevent Minnesota from going to the playoffs. That's what I said. I don't think that's going to happen anymore.
Not anymore.
No.
He was rushed into that job, and it's bad.
Yeah, Nagy's got to go though, man. Nagy's got to go.
100%.
And they're going to go find a young dude. Like, as long as the Bears do it properly, they'll be fine. And, shout out to the Fat Mike Chicago Sports and Harry the Greek there. I know those guys are big Bears fans, and I know that they make fun of their team. I've been held on their show, at least on trying to remember Harry's show here, Harry the Greek, Over and Under. There we go. I've said on his show, if Justin Fields actually can go off with some of the crop of talent that he has in the running back position and the offensive line, if it can get a little bit better, that could be like the 86 Bears, because you have Khalil Mack there and you can build up that defense through the draft. And you can just literally just keep this onslaught going because you have a mobile quarterback that you had back in the day too. So
makes you wonder how they made that Super Bowl run when they did against the Colts. They had the best, probably one of the best defense, but they had Rex Grossman as a quarterback.
Rex Grossman. The Devin Hester kick return that was heard around the world, man. That was so sick.
It wasn't a better feeling because that guy was returning kicks all season, and then they get to the Super Bowl. Why not return one for the Super Bowl?
And Tony Dungy actually came out not that long ago and said, we were planning not to kick it to him. And then because of the dome being open or something like that, we said, fuck it, fine, kick it to him. And he did it on the first play. And you could just see Tony Dungy being like,
should not have kicked him.
Kicked it to a Hall of Famer.
And the thing that when the Broncos played them, I think it was the year after when they were just out of the Super Bowl, Denver played the Bears. Todd Sauerbrunn was told not to kick them twice, and he returned two of them.
That's right.
Todd Sauerbrunn got fired the next day.
People's decisions, man, I tell you. Though I don't care what anyone says. Like I've said before, if we're talking favorite teams that like aren't my own kind of thing, my favorite assembled team of all time, still to this day, I don't care what anyone says, is the Tim Tebow Denver Broncos. That was the funnest damn playoff game I have ever watched.
With the Steelers?
Oh, yeah, because there ain't no way Tim Tebow was supposed to beat the damn Steelers, man.
No, I was watching that at my parents' house, and then when he made that, I didn't even watch the I watched the pass. I didn't even watch Thomas run the end zone because as soon as he hit the 50 and he made stiff arm, I ran out of the living room, outside, came back in, and the game's over.
Yep. Johnny's got the fuck Ken Holland hashtag going. Yep. Red Wing fans on here. We know how that is. And then wait, a Canadian who has never played hockey. What the fuck? Yeah. Try being the only Canadian from like JK to grade 12 that was never played at fucking hockey. Everybody else, Seth played hockey. Blitzen played hockey. All my friends.
Yeah, it's kind of sick. So you never went out to the outdoor rinks or nothing.
No, dude. And that's why, like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I gotta make up for it. Like when I come down to Thunder Bay, one of these times, like I gotta come down for like 2 weeks during the winter sometime or a week, and we'll go to the ODR because I got all my goalie equipment too. So I'll like bring it down and have everybody play there. But like, man, I missed out on a lot of crap when I was younger. Thanks, Mom and Dad. So, yeah. And then same with Mekhi Becton in New York. Yeah, Mekhi Becton is really good. He's just in a crappy situation. So
yeah, he is.
Broncos should think about drafting Tulia if he comes out early. He is rough, but he won't be too high a draft pick to have too much pressure on him or the team to perform too soon. He is better than Tua. Oh, his brother, I guess. There.
Yeah, it's his brother.
Where's his brother playing? Is that Clemson or?
Yeah,
I
think so. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's get into a couple of quick things before we get out of here about the fantasy football. Since we basically just had like a walk in the park through, basically memory lane here.
Pretty much, yeah.
Right. Okay. So with Mark Ingram being gone to New Orleans, a lot of people have started to ask the question, obviously, David Johnson or Philip Lindsay. Where would you think about going?
I would go with David Johnson.
Okay.
Philip Lindsay is your more typical the flat, third down guy like he was in Denver, pretty much, unless there was an injury. Yeah. David Johnson is going to be your up and down guy, right? Punch through the holes. I picked him up in my other fantasy league. I picked him up as soon as I seen Ingram trade. I picked up David Johnson.
Okay.
So,
and then of course we got the issue there in Dallas, which I know Mr. Johnny brought up at one point. Give me 1 second. Who has picked up Cooper Rush in case Dak doesn't play this week? Looking at North Sports Dynasty right now, he's actually available, and the person who has Dak on
I traded Dak away to Hot Dog and Pop.
That's right. That was a huge trade when that happened too, man. Holy.
Big trade.
Yeah, because you gave him Fournette, and man, I should have pulled the trigger on the freaking Fournette trade that we had before. Because man, he really started to ball. And I was like, I need a better flex than a dude that's going to be splitting the year. Oh, he ain't splitting nothing.
He ain't splitting. I'm looking at that trade now, and I'm like, why did I do that? Because I traded him because I thought he was going to be a split too, and I was like, oh no.
Yep. Everybody thought he was going to be a split. And that's the real, like, it was the same thing with Singletary and the Moss situation as well. So, Joshua Kelly and Justin Jackson are being looked at right now just in case Austin Eckler doesn't play. I'm assuming you have Austin Eckler, don't you?
I got Austin Eckler. I read the fantasy report on him. It's looking like he probably will play. Okay. And they're saying just to leave him in just because it's Austin Eckler. He might not get as many carries, but he'll still do the job.
Yeah, I agree. I just still don't understand. I mean, at the beginning of the season, Larry Roundtree was doing really, really good. And now I don't know if they're just like they pick and choose. You know what I mean?
That's what it's looking like.
Yeah. So a couple other guys here we'll go through. Joshua DeGuara, the tight end, obviously, in Green Bay, is probably going to start to see a little bit more work.
I seen that they lost their tight end to a season injury.
Yeah, so Tunyon is going to be out with a torn ACL. And to a lot of people at the beginning of the season who were high up on the Tunyon train there, which, again, if you listen a little bit to what I say sometimes, I said you got to put him – you can't put him in that elite category. You have to put him a step down. And even
I drafted him in my other league for my backup.
Yeah.
And now I don't need him no more.
No, exactly. And I had even I know in our redraft league that we had started this year, I drafted Hawkerson pretty, not to say early, but I got him at a good rate. And I got Noah Fant in like the second last round. And I was like, what is happening?
Yeah.
So, and I'm not going to lie. Now that a lot of people have shown interest, and I'm pretty sure you even said you were down for the next Dynasty League. I can't remember. Yeah. So a lot of people have shown interest in that next Dynasty League because a lot of people have like listened to the show. A few people in our league and the other league have been like, oh, okay, so this is how some people play now. And now they kind of see the way that it's supposed to be drafted. Like, if you want a player, go get them kind of thing. And I think the one biggest lesson I've learned in my life is go grab your fucking handicaps for your big running backs. Oh, my gosh. I hate that.
The thing was, in the league we had when we first started, I had the last pick.
That's right.
So I knew when I was doing the draft, I was like, I'm not going to get any superstar guy because I'm the 12th pick. Yep. So I drafted so I know I was going to be near the bottom, which I was, and I traded away a lot of guys to get the picks for the rookies, and that's what happened.
Yep. And I know a couple people like what John there, and his I'm gonna take half the defense, 3/4 of the defenses. Screw all of you. I'm gonna make you trade for your defense. I was like, you son of a bitch. I'm like, I get it though. I understand. I get it. Like it
sucks because now if you only have one defense, you're screwed on their bye week. You have no defense.
You're literally knocking on his door, and he just like kind of comes out of nowhere, like, hello.
Yeah.
Are you looking for a defense? And you're like, yes, here's a 4th round pick. And he goes, no. You don't get a defense for a 4th round pick. I want one of your wide receivers. I'm like, are you serious? That's like the other guy in our league there, Steel Sox there, our good buddy Jose, which I still think, hold on, do I still got the picture of him winning? There it is. Him and his hot sauce winnings there. That son of a bitch. Enjoying his life up there in BC. That guy, every time I send him an offer for the Buccaneers defense, he's like, give me Dalvin Cook. And I'm like, I'm not going to do that for you. He's like, okay. Give me LaVisca Sano. Like, no! Take a 2nd round pick, 2 firsts. Oh, dude, stop it. Just give me the damn defense. So,
when I gave you Dalvin Cook, I end up drafting Devonta Smith with that pick.
Yep, you did.
And then I think I traded someone else to get the number 1 pick, and that's how I got Najee.
Yeah. Which I'm still like, every day I look at my roster and it's like, there's literally nothing that I can offer him that he'd give me Najee for.
There's no way.
Yeah, that I'm not like just depleting my damn roster for. So, and I'm also like, for me anyway, like my team set up for next year, I'm looking at it like, okay, I'm good for the running backs and I'm good for the rookies. Like I'm pretty much okay going in. I can make a couple of trades here and there. I just know that our league next year turns into a super flex league. So we take out the kicker position and turn that position into a super flex. So that means
you know my feelings on that.
Yeah, you voted against it, right?
I voted for to keep the kickers.
That's right. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, because we had all the different options. Like, no, I vote for it, but we got to kick the kickers off and stuff. And then Jonathan was like, well, my defensive plan is just fucking ruined. And I'm like, okay, but that is the biggest point, though. I was like, no, because I went through the rosters, too. I was like, not a single person here besides me has actually drafted a kicker. So it was like, I think, and then the vote actually went through anyway. So
yeah, they did.
But that was hilarious, though. Yeah, I remember that. Because the first vote that ever went through was something to take out the kicker, or it was just to take kickers out or something like that. And like abundance of no, and they're like kickers have feelings too. And I'm like, what the hell, guys? It's Dynasty. Like kickers have feelings too.
Kickers have won a couple games for me in my leagues. Like it's unbelievable.
Yeah, I know. I've also tried to trade for Alvin Kamara so that I don't have to live through that fucking nightmare ever again. Oh my God.
I fell for you.
Dude, it felt in like every league too. It was like, why am I playing him in every league? Like, you should have seen me when that was going, like when he did the and I'm like,
And there was like no way for you to ever come back from that.
Absolutely. I went through all the matchups of what could, like, all the players that week. There's not a single matchup that existed that I could have possibly made to have won that game because he just put up that many points. Like, you son of a bitch. So, and then Johnny says, Andrew, I told you Fournette would be the bell cow at the beginning of the season. That is why he returned. Johnny was right. And I said I want him to be. That's why on Live from the Cheap Seats a couple of weeks ago, I think the Buccaneers heard me. I think I'm just going to take a little bit of for that. But I did say you either need to assess your situation at the end of the year and draft a new running back, or right before the end of the season, bring in like an AP or whatever, or trade for another running back. That was like my big thing. I was like, or just let Leonard Fournette fucking eat.
That is why they went for him the first time. Like, the only terrible thing was Jones was going off at that time.
Exactly. And he pouted on the side there a little bit too. And it's like, okay, I get it. It happens. But I even looked at it from a realistic standpoint. Like, Fournette was always in there in fantasy football because, I mean, I played in a league one time where, like, you know, we do PPR with points per receptions, which I think the next one, I think a lot of people are going to vote half PPR, which is totally fine. But I remember I was in a league that you got half a point for carries. So it was just something. Oh, yeah. So like Leonard Fournette would have like 35 carries and only 74 yards for the freaking for the Jags there a couple years ago. But you're still getting 20 points because you have 35 carries. It's like, oh my God.
You're losing just because of carries. Like, it's unbelievable.
No, yeah. I was like, this is not a fun league at all. Like, I'm not having any fun here. Johnny Dean also said Johnson has been getting the touches, but hasn't really been doing anything with them. He's referring to the Buccaneers there. I agree. The last thing I wanted to bring up as well here was the Jordan Howard situation in Philly. Kenneth Gainwell is going to get the looks now.
Yep.
That's the big thing. A lot of people have gone to the waiver wires and picked up Kenny Gainwell. I actually think, now that I think about it, I think I dropped him in one of my leagues a couple of weeks ago, and now I got to go back and check if I still have. No, wait. No, he's gone. He's not going to be available. I'm going to go check. I'm going to go to the feed right now and just see him gone. Maybe not. Am I the only? What? Is he even available? Hold the hell on. Oh, no. Yeah, there he is. 3 days ago taken. God dang it. Oh, well. It happens. That's just not that. I'm literally last in that league too. So like but yeah,
it would happen.
Oh, David Johnson. Yes. So PPR league there. I've had actually a little bit of one for David Johnson just for the end of the year. Could be a possible like a playoff flex if you need him. Because I know there's some late round or late week buys that are going to be happening too. So
yeah. All my weird buy was last week, and I got through it, so I'm good now.
Yeah. Did you didn't win though, right?
I won.
Oh my God. I hate you. My team is so depleted that I couldn't win, and that really like though I played Potato Czar there, and his team surprisingly this year has been going off.
I know. I've been watching.
Little bugger with his Kyle Pitts pickup. In the draft. I still remember that. Okay, that's the one other reason, ladies and gentlemen, why we're doing the big draft. And it's going to be a spectacular. Like, we're going to have it set up on a day where everybody has it off. Everybody can get up on live or at least be around the computer, making trades, like being actual GMs. Like, as soon as the picks are made, you can literally trade your first overall pick or whatever, right, to whoever. So, I literally cannot wait for it. It's going to be a lot of fun. I love Dynasty, to be honest. Dynasty seems to be
a lot of fun.
Yeah. I know people want to try Keeper out, and eventually I know we've had some fans reach out and ask about a Keeper league. We will probably get some sort of... There goes the gate. Don't know what the heck that was. It's probably the dog losing his crap. Anyway, I'll get to that in a minute because we're almost done. But I know a few people have said they wanted to do a keeper league here pretty soon too. So I'll probably get one of those up just because I know like I'll be the commish. I'll be the commish for a few of these leagues. Make sure everybody's having their funds and stuff like that. But everybody knows how Dynasty goes. It's basically like an 8-year contract. You got to be in the league because we had one guy that almost flew out this year. We were like, oh, what are you doing? Like, got a week before the season starts, man. Come on, man. Like, don't do that. Johnny, I see what you don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that. I don't even want to think about that. So Johnny says he was 2-1 in his leagues last week. Survived by Mageddon. By Mageddon. I like that.
Yeah, I won by 6 last week in that other league. Thank God Mahomes shit the bed. I
lost by 73.
We saw it happening. Like, you could see it happening.
Yeah, I knew it. I should have put Case Keenum in. At least I could have, saved myself a little bit more points. But yeah, just wow. Just wow. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this has been this week's episode. The 5 start, sits, and slumps are basically just some of the players that we talked about this year. I'll have a little write-up going for you on Twitter later on. Shout out. There we go. To my longtime friend here and old classmate and old football teammate, Mr. Robert Ewing. And
thanks for having me.
Big old Broncos fan. Before the Peyton Manning days, he had to live through. Well, I mean, he didn't really have to live through crap.
I lived through a lot.
No, you didn't. You had Super Bowls when you were 6. Okay, so
yeah. And then what happened? I had to sit through for 20 years.
That's true. So you can sit back and watch my team win a little bit now because it feels good. All right, buddy. Thank you for bringing on, and we'll get you back on here again soon.
Thank you very much for having me.
Not a problem, man. I'll talk to you soon.
See ya.
All right, and to everybody else, thank you for tuning in this week. Appreciate all the love. Appreciate the likes and the shares. Appreciate you, Johnny, for being in the comment section. And Fred Moore with the 19-1. Hells yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Again, and to David Green, go Brandon. Hells yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it, every single one of you. And I will be back tomorrow night, possibly decked out. I know a few people have asked about me decked out, so I might have to do that. But I'll be back tomorrow night nonetheless, talking about when the Buccaneers spank the Saints and the victory that comes after that. So thank you all again for tuning in, and we'll see you all again tomorrow. Love you all. Goodbye now. Oh, there we go. There's me getting choked out by Mads Mikkelsen again. Just in case people are like, who the hell? This isn't Photoshop either, by the way. This is the man actually choking me. I paid money for this. I'm also wearing a Pantera shirt.